Space Shuttle Discovery took off from the Kennedy Space Center today.
This is its final mission to the International Space Station before it retires.
2, 1. Booster ignition and the final liftoff of Discovery.
Space Shuttle Discovery is on its 39th and final journey to space.
The shuttle has cleared the tower.
After a 4-month delay to fix fuel tank problems, NASA's most traveled shuttle blasted off from the Kennedy Space Center before a crowd of about 40,000. Several pieces of foam insulation appeared to fall away from the shuttle's repaired fuel tank, but NASA does not believe any damage was done.
It doesn't cause us a lot of concern, but that doesn't mean we won't still keep digging and looking and trying to understand over the next couple of weeks.
The crew of 6 is headed to the International Space Station with supplies, a storage module, and for the first time, a robot that will be used for maintenance tasks.
And more important, they use Discovery for both return-to-flight missions, the first flight after the Challenger disaster and then the first flight after the Columbia accident.
NASA officials say the launch is bittersweet, but the landing will be even tougher.
I think the emotion will really hit on the runway after the mission is complete.
After Discovery's mission ends, NASA will have only 2 more scheduled flights before the 30-year program draws to a close. Discovery, which first flew in 1984, is known as the flight leader at NASA. It launched the Hubble telescope and brought legendary astronaut John Glenn back to space. It looks like the Taurus XL rocket won't launch from Vandenberg Air Force Base until March. The rocket was supposed to launch early yesterday morning, but NASA officials scrubbed it when a false command about the rocket's status was received. Engineers are still trying to figure out what caused the problem.
All right, let's start you off in San Luis Obispo tonight. Some stratocumulus clouds moving on through, all ahead of a big cold front that is currently moving through the San Francisco Bay Area, bringing widespread rain even into the Central Valley. You can see it there on our satellite radar. Pretty active night tonight around San Jose, Santa Cruz, Monterey, Watsonville, and Salinas. And eventually the system is going to work its way down into the Central Coast, bringing us some rain by tomorrow. All right, the almanac today, 57 for the high temperature outside the studios here in Santa Maria. Significantly below average, 65 the average high. Started off this morning at 36, sunset at 5:53 earlier today. As we take a look at the temperatures right now, you'll see we're up in the mid to upper 40s. With the exception of San Ynez, right now the cold spot at 40 degrees even. Winds are pretty light, but we're going to see those winds ramp up by tomorrow morning out of the south-southwest as that front approaches the Central Coast. Around the state right now, temperatures aren't too terribly cold, but it's going to be different tomorrow night and dramatically different Saturday night. Right now, 49 in San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Vegas checking in at 53 degrees. So here we go. We've got this basically this cold air blast. This is the upper level low itself, the center. It's going to draw in some moisture off the Pacific, a lot of cold air wrapping around it. This is cold Arctic air, and this is an air mass that we aren't typically used to seeing even in midwinter here on the Central Coast. And what's going to happen eventually is the jet stream is going to drop. It's going to take all that cold air with it, with the cold front, which is going to move through tomorrow. We're going to see wind and rain for a couple of hours by tomorrow afternoon. Maybe a half an inch to an inch of rain possible for the valley locations, a little bit higher than that towards the foothills because of those southerly winds. And then once the front races on through, cold air is really going to begin to dive in behind it, setting up a showery pattern. Some of those showers will be quite heavy at times, though, with the possibility of some small hail. And even the heaviest showers could drop snow levels between 500 and 1,000 feet. So stay tuned for that. Could be a bit of a messy travel as we get into Friday night and early Saturday. So please be advised of that. We could see quite a few icy roadways out there by Saturday morning. All right, here's our futurecast showing what's going to transpire over the next 48 hours. You can see the showers move in by tomorrow morning for most of the region. The front actually doesn't move through until about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, according to this computer model. And then you can see how the rain and the snow break up. That's that showery pattern. As the cold air dives in, we're going to see heavy showers, some snow showers, even at some low elevations, I think, if the air does continue to slide in towards the southland. You can see the white indicates snow, pink mixed precipitation, and the greens obviously rain. You can see even in the San Ynez Valley by Saturday morning, we have a chance of seeing some snowflakes falling around Los Olivos and Solvang, even up into the Napomo Mesa foothills there, out towards Edna Valley and Wasna, even farther out into the interior towards California Valley. Wanted to stop that frame too as well. 10 o'clock Saturday morning. Even a little snowflake showing up across the higher elevations around Vandenberg Village and Vandenberg Air Force Base, so that could be quite interesting as well. But with all the snow and cold temperatures in the forecast mixed with some of that precipitation, we do have some watches and warnings in place. Winter storm warning in place tomorrow morning until 3 a.m. Sunday for the mountains of Santa Barbara County. 8 to 16-inch accumulations above 5,000 feet, and a winter storm watch for the interior of San Luis Obispo County and the Cuyama Valley starting late tomorrow night through Saturday night for those cold, icy, and possibly snowy conditions. All right, for tomorrow, periods of wind and rain. It will be a rather mild start to the day. And then as that front races through, we've got that colder air filling in behind it. So temperatures tomorrow night should be markedly cooler than what we're going to experience tonight. You can see most areas tonight generally into the 40s. We do have a few 30s out there in the coolest spots, but a pretty mild evening with plenty of cloud cover out there. And again, showers should begin to move in, at least for northern San Luis Obispo County here within the next few hours. Paso 40, Morro Bay at 45 tomorrow. Mostly cloudy day, and we'll see some very gusty winds too, especially about an hour or two before the front. Could see those winds in that 30 to 35 mile per hour range with higher gusts towards the foothills and mountains. 54 in San Luis Obispo. Santa Maria aiming for a high temperature of 55. That's 10 degrees below average, and it's going to be significantly cooler than that on Saturday. So brace yourselves when you see the 7-day forecast. It's going to be a chilly one out there, and we're not used to seeing these temperatures. Look at the high temperature on Saturday. Yeah, that's right, 45 degrees. That is cold. And it's going to be a cold start to the day on Sunday with temperatures into the 20s and low 30s, even at the coast. And for the inland areas, yeah, very chilly. Hard pressed to climb out of the 30s on Saturday. And again, showers and thunder showers, definite, pretty high possibility tomorrow through Saturday night.
We're ready for it. Thank you, Jim.
You got it.
We'll be right back. The White House was crawling with top pop stars and genuine Motown legends tonight.
I know you want to leave me, but I refuse to let you go.
President Obama and the First Lady paid tribute to the music that was a big part of the soundtrack of their youth. The concert included an impressive lineup of stars, including John Legend, Jamie Foxx, Smokey Robinson, Sheryl Crow, and more.
Well, American Idol is taking democracy online. Viewers will be able to cast votes through Facebook when the singing contest shifts from judge's choice to the audience's choice. Next Tuesday, phone and text messages are also still will be available. Now, it's the first time internet voting will be part of the series. Each person can cast up to 50 online votes.
The top two teams in the Big West met tonight in Long Beach as the Mustangs and 49ers battled for the second time this season. Kevin Roos has the exclusive highlights and more. That is coming up next in sports.